So, The Flash is on one of the longest breaks that it's had since the show launched, and it makes me wonder, what is that going to do to the rest of season 8? Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? That guy right here, and I wanted to make a quick video about the current state of The Flash. Now, as you all know, we are currently on a hiatus. The show is on one of the longest hiatus, in fact, that it's ever been on, up to about 3 months. Now, we expect that the show is going to come back sometime in March, maybe March 4th or March 11th, sometime around then. But I wanted to make a video about the negative implications that could potentially have on season 8, given the fact that there's such a long hiatus. Now, I want to preface this video with saying that I understand that, Grant Gustin and the entire cast, they have families, they have loved ones, right? And this isn't something that's relatively new. We've always seen that CW shows around December will have a very relatively long break. However, in the past, these shows have typically returned sometime in January with, maybe about 2, 3, or 4 week break before they return. Now, when it comes to The Flash, this is one of the longest breaks that we've had. A 3-month break is nothing to scoff at. Like, this is actually kind of a big deal. And it makes me wonder why they decided to go this route, why they decided to have such a long extended vacation, given the fact that I would say that Armageddon, the most recent crossover, was kind of a success. I think the 5-episode crossover lasted 5 weeks, which in my opinion is 5 weeks longer than it should have. But they decided to do a weekly basis for every episode, which was the first 5 episodes of season 8. And I think that was fine. That was a good idea, but I expected the show to come back far sooner than 3 months. I mean, this is a long time. Now, they haven't necessarily given reasons as to why they decided to go on an extended break, but I found an article from Screen Rant that I found very interesting that I was hoping to share with you guys. The title is listed as When the Flash Season 8 Returns in 2022. So we obviously know that the Flash is coming back this year, sometime in March. And it goes on to say that with the Armageddon crossover event finished, many Arrowverse fans are wondering what the time scale will be involved in the Flash Season 8 return. The long-running superhero series was late in starting its latest season, leading to its current holiday hiatus. Interestingly, the Flash Season 8 return will find the series airing on Wednesday nights, marking the first time in the series history that it won't be Tuesday that the show has had for such a long time. Now, this is a big deal. Now, if you guys know anything about the CW, if you've been watching CW shows for a long time, you know that, it's only natural that certain, shows will have to move times and stuff to make way for other shows. Now, I'm sure a lot of this comes in with the fact that they want the new shows or the shows that they're trying to give, a leg to grow. They want to put those on their most popular nights. And one of their most popular nights is Tuesday. Everybody knows it. I would say Monday and Tuesday are probably the best nights for CW shows to air. It's when I used to always watch Supernatural way back when, before it got moved to Wednesday and then later to Thursday and then eventually to Friday. But like I said, they put these shows in Tuesdays slots and Monday slots because they want to give them the best chance to succeed. Those are the best time slots. Everybody knows it. But the fact that Flash is moving to Wednesday after 8 years of holding the Tuesday spot has me a little bit worried. Now, I'm primarily worried because, it could mark the end of the Flash. I mean, not to say that the time and moving dates is really what's going to be the detriment and the end all be all for the Flash, but the fact that moving the show to a different time to me indicates that the show isn't really a priority anymore. Like, it's been around for a while. They got new shows like Naomi, they got Superman and Lois coming out that are out actually now, and so they want to give those shows the priority time slots, and so the Flash is going to be moved. So that's just one thing. But the fact that the Flash is taking a 3-month break is an entirely different, I think, issue for the show, because like this article says, the current season that we're on, season 8, started late. So it was already starting way later than it normally did. Typically we would see the Flash and Arrow and stuff like that return sometime in late September, early October. But the season 8 of the Flash did not start until, I think, mid-November, was it? Like, it was definitely November sometime. It might have been like mid-November. And that's probably the latest that we've seen, because knowing that they're going to take a break sometime in December means that you only had a few weeks before the show was going to take another break. So not only did you have to wait twice as long or slightly longer for the new season to start, but now it's going to have a couple episodes. They did for the crossover, 5 episodes, and then they did another. Now they're doing another break, an even longer break. So now you have to wait 3 months for the show to come back. And I just feel like one of the big things that I think worries me about this is that it's going to make the fan base lose its steam. Now, it's not to say that when The Flash returns in March that it's not going to have its fan base, no one's going to watch it anymore, because obviously we know that that's not true. However, given the fact that the season already started late, we only got just a tiny little nugget of excitement, has me worried that when The Flash does return, you're going to start back from the bottom. You know what I mean? The last thing you want to do is gain momentum, start to get some excitement, getting people looking forward to the new season, and then take a 3-month break, which if you guys are keeping in mind, a 3-month break is typically how long we would expect from one season to the next. Seasons would usually end in May or June, right? And then we get July, August, September, and then, sometime late September, early October, we'd be looking at the start of the new season. So the fact that they're taking 3 months of a break before the start of the next season, like I said, it has me a little worried. Now, there's a number of reasons why they could be doing this. COVID precautions, right? Given the fact that COVID is, kind of rampant again, it could be the case that they wanted people to spend time with their families and not come directly back to set. They wanted to give people ample time to make sure that they're clear, to make sure that people aren't sick, that they're not going to, infect the cast, which would essentially cause an even longer delay. So, that could be a possibility. They didn't confirm anything, but that's just one of my theories. Another theory is the fact that Grant Gustin and his wife did just have a baby. So given that fact, maybe they would want to give Grant just a little bit more time to spend with the little one, in these prime infant years before he has to come back and spend a lot of his time back in Vancouver filming The Flash. So, those are my 2 theories. Obviously the show isn't dependent only on Flash. There's Candace Patton, there's a lot of other people who are involved that potentially, they needed to work some things around, which, that would make sense. But those are just some of my theories. If we're continue on with the article, it says that many fans felt that The Flash Season 8 was a welcome return to form for the series. Most of the Arrowverse series suffered an understandable drop in quality during the COVID-19 pandemic due to shooting delays and canceled crossovers that forced several long-running storylines to be rewritten to accommodate the staggered schedule adopted by the CW for the 2020 to 2021 broadcast year. Thankfully, the fall 2021 season has seen the Arrowverse come back stronger than ever, with The Flash Season 8 return delivering a massive crossover event dubbed Armageddon, which we saw, we loved it, we thought it was great, which pitted Barry Allen in a race against time to prove his innocence on charges of destroying the Earth in year 2021. Now, it says that The Flash Season 8 return is scheduled for Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. At 8 p.m. Eastern. This will have The Flash taking over the time slot currently held by Legends of Tomorrow once it and Batwoman conclude their current seasons. So Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman going to finish their seasons, and then that will open the slot for The Flash. We also get The Flash season. Well, when it starts up again, it'll be followed by Kung Fu Season 2, which will air on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So the final thing that it says is that there's no reason has been given for why The Flash Season 8 will return, that the return will be delayed for so long, or why it's switching nights. It seems likely that CW is trying to restore its usual policy of not airing too many DC shows at the same time, lest the audience get burned out trying to keep up with all the superhero series. It also is likely that the CW may be trying to lend some of the Flash's speed to the new Kung Fu series, which has been critically acclaimed, but has yet to develop a dedicated audience. Yeah, so that makes sense too. And that's something that I didn't really consider. Kung Fu's only on season 2. It's still trying to build its fan base, still trying to build its audience. And so, it is very likely that, they're trying to use a big show like The Flash to air at 8, and then, you'll just kind of run into the Kung Fu that airs at 9, since people are already watching CW. And I guess that does make sense. But yeah, the fact that they're having such a long break, I can't help but feel a little worried. Now, I'm still excited for it. I'm clamoring for the new season. But there's one thing that we haven't considered, and that's how many episodes are we going to potentially get for the new Flash, for the Flash season, now that it started late, it took a long break, and then it's starting late again, right? If the new season is starting in March, and typically seasons end for these shows around May, sometimes June, that means that you have about 2 less months since, you know, the seasons would normally start in January. You have 2 less months of episodes that you could potentially air. Now, is this confirming that the Flash is going to have a lower, you know, shorter season? That's kind of the question of the day. You know, that's what has me wondering. We already got through 5 episodes, which really are dedicated to the crossover. I don't even know if rightfully we can, you know, say that those are the Flash episodes, because really the episode 6 that's going to start in March is really the start of the regular season, right? To me, this was just an event, a crossover event that was very much exciting, but was brought with excitement because of the impact and influence of some of these other critical characters that were able to show up. Now that this crossover is over, the Flash really starts on episode 6 as standing alone on its own. What's the plot? What's the villain? You know, who's the villain? You know, what's the big issue of season 8? That's really what we still have yet to figure out. And I thought that the crossover would give us a little bit of that, but we never really learned much about what potentially is going to be the big crisis happening in season 8. So I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. You know, I have no idea. I just know that the break, I think, is going to do, I feel like it's going to do more harm than good, unless they're either shortening the season, you know, instead of doing 24 episodes or whatever, maybe they do 20, maybe they do 18. I have no idea, but they really only have March, April, May, you know, of more episodes. And then, you know, they might go to June. I mean, I guess there's no rule against it, right? They could, you know, have just a longer season. That is definitely a possibility. Those are just my theories. I don't think that the season's really going to suffer. I think, you know, given the success of Armageddon, I think people are still very much excited for The Flash season 8, you know, despite its long break. But I'm curious what you guys think. Are you excited for the new season? Let me know down in the comments below if you're still looking forward to the, you know, season 8. If you're clamoring like I am for more episodes, I very much am looking forward to the new season, counting down the days and the weeks until we can be jumping in, talking more about the show that we all know and love. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, if you're excited for this. I'm very much am looking forward to your comments and seeing, you know, what your thoughts are on this. But, you know, drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. We have many more discussions coming soon, talking about everything from gaming, TV, movies, and I'm very excited to share my thoughts with you guys. So I hope to, you know, catch you there. Subscribe to the channel, all that good YouTube stuff. And until then, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.